Join me as I dive deep into the controversial topic of which states have banned immigrants in the US, and I'll try to uncover the surprising reasons behind these decisions. The topic of states banning immigrants is a highly debated and sensitive issue that affects not only the lives of those seeking a new home but also the fabric of our communities. It's essential to understand the reasons behind these bans and their far-reaching consequences. Immigrants often face an uphill battle when trying to settle in a new country. They leave behind their families, friends, and familiar surroundings, only to encounter a myriad of challenges in their adopted homeland. However, when states implement bans, these challenges can become insurmountable hurdles. Legal hurdles, in particular, can be overwhelming, leading to feelings of frustration and hopelessness. Many immigrants are forced to navigate a complex web of laws and regulations, often without access to adequate legal counsel or support. Moreover, these bans can have a profound impact on the social lives of immigrants. They may struggle to find employment, access education, or even basic healthcare services. As a result, they can become isolated, feeling like outsiders in their new communities. This isolation can lead to a sense of disconnection, making it even more challenging for them to integrate into American society. Furthermore, the stigma associated with being an undocumented immigrant can be debilitating. Many live in constant fear of deportation, which can lead to anxiety, depression, and other mental health issues. The lack of security and stability can also affect their physical health, making them more susceptible to illnesses. It's a vicious cycle that can be difficult to break. In addition, bans can also have a ripple effect on the broader community. They can create divisions, perpetuate stereotypes, and fuel discrimination. It's essential to recognize the human cost of these policies and strive for more inclusive and compassionate solutions. Let's take a closer look at some specific states that have implemented bans. Arizona, for instance, passed a notorious SB 1070 law in 2010, which allowed police officers to stop and detain individuals suspected of being undocumented immigrants. This law sparked widespread protest and was eventually struck down by the courts. However, it highlights the tensions between state and federal governments when it comes to immigration policy. California, on the other hand, has taken a more welcoming approach, providing sanctuary to undocumented immigrants and limiting cooperation with federal immigration authorities. This has led to fierce debates about the role of states in shaping immigration policy and the impact on local communities. Oklahoma has also made headlines with its ban on sanctuary cities, which prohibits cities from adopting policies that protect undocumented immigrants. This law has been met with resistance from cities like Tulsa, which argue that it violates their constitutional rights. The state of Texas has also been at the forefront of the immigration debate, with its controversial Show Me Your Papers law, which allows police officers to ask individuals about their immigration status during routine stops. This law has been criticized for perpetuating racial profiling and eroding trust between law enforcement and the communities they serve. One significant event that highlights the human cost of these bans is the case of Rosa Marie Hernandez, an undocumented immigrant who was detained by federal agents while being transported to a hospital for an emergency surgery. Her story sparked outrage and rallies across the country, raising important questions about the intersection of immigration policy and human rights. In 2017, Rosa Marie, who had lived in the U.S. since she was a child, was rushed to a hospital in Texas for an emergency surgery. However, as she was being transported, she was stopped by federal agents who detained her and deported her to Mexico. This shocking incident exposed the vulnerabilities of immigrants in the U.S. healthcare system and the need for more compassionate policies. The Hernandez case also underscores the complexities of immigration policy and the need for reform. It's a stark reminder that behind the statistics and rhetoric are real people with real stories, struggling to make a better life for themselves and their families. As we've seen, the topic of states banning immigrants is a complex and multifaceted issue. It's a delicate balance between national security, human rights, and economic considerations. However, one thing is clear: the ongoing debate around immigration policies in the U.S. must prioritize compassion, empathy, and understanding. What do you think about immigration laws in the U.S.? Do you think states should have the power to ban immigrants? Or should there be a more federal approach? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to learn more about this topic, be sure to check out my other videos on immigration and border control.